What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I think we found the best farm in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We're going to talk about this particular mission, why it's so good. I mean, look at all of that gear. This mission is good for multiple things, not just picking up gear, but also leveling your characters and stuff. We're going to talk about when you can do it, the best time to do it, why you should never complete this mission ever, at least in the beginning, until you accumulate a lot of resources. I mean, this mission is good for resources, good for gear, good for leveling, good for pretty much everything in the game. If you have not seen this yet or have not gotten to this point, hopefully you haven't completed it yet, because if you have, there is no way to redo it unless you're with a friend. But we're going to talk about that now. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you already do and still have already done, or if you still need to do this, or still want to do this and you have already done it. Let me know. Come join the clan, or just even come play. I am certainly open a lot of the times, especially when I stream over on Twitch or on YouTube. I certainly leave the squad open, and so you can come in, farm this with me, and it's certainly a lot of fun, and you can get tons of stuff. Now, what is this mission? Well, this is going to be Gizmo's third mission. You could do something similar to this if you're just starting out the game. You could do something very similar to this to Gizmo's first mission or second mission. The only reason I wouldn't recommend it doing that is because, well, you kind of need to complete a lot of things to progress in the story. You kind of need to complete a lot of things in order to get to a certain point and collect things. And so you're going to want to be able to get a lot of those items that Gizmo has. And so in order to get those things, you need to complete certain missions. And so if you complete the first one, complete the second one, and get to the third one, this is the one I'm referring to. Now, this was first brought to my attention by somebody during stream telling me, well, this mission is really good for leveling up your character. And I thought, you know what, that's fine. That's cool. I really wasn't worried about leveling up the character because I kind of want to play with all of them. But it is really good for that. But most importantly, at least for me, it's really good for farming gear and farming materials. You can get all of this gear and just dismantle it and get all of the materials back you need in order to like re-roll things, re-roll augments, craft new gear, do all of that stuff. And so that's really cool. But also, again, for leveling up characters, if you have characters you don't want to play with. But here is little Gizmo's van right here. And just to show you, what you have to do and what you don't have to do or don't want to do. And the first thing you don't want to do is obviously complete this mission. Now, this particular mission does have two separate rounds. And so the first round, you just collect all the shards from the enemies that you defeat, and you put them in the truck, right? Just like we did in previous ones. But in this one, you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is find one of Gizmo's artillery trucks right here, which we're going to get into, or artillery vehicles. And you're going to come down here towards the bottom, and you're going to try to get these tanks to come down here and spawn with you. Because the tanks down here, right here, once they start spawning, will spawn infinitely. And so these things will just keep spawning and keep spawning. And so you could just sit here on the trigger and just wait for the tanks to spawn in and keep going and keep going. And Gizmo will drop the trucks, will drop these vehicles by you once you get this, once you start getting this going. He's going to drop all of the vehicles really close to you. And so once you start it, then he's going to drop them right there up at the top and then over here on the left. And then the tanks are just going to stay right here. And they're just going to stay right in this little section. They're just going to keep spawning after you kill one of them. The next one's going to come. And then these tanks drop amazing gear. They drop legendaries. They drop epics. They drop all sorts of stuff. So many different resources. And they just keep going. You could go at this for almost an infinite amount of time. The only bad thing about it is that you're not going to be able to go forever, because it'll start like glitching up and kind of running really slow once it gets too much things on the screen. And so after that, once you get enough loot, Once you get, you know, as much stuff as you want to get by just sitting here and just blowing up these tanks. Like, just for the quick couple minutes we've been here, look how many epics, look how many legendaries we were able to get. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out of the truck. I'm going to run over here and I'm just going to start picking up stuff. Now, you don't have to do this. I'm just sometimes get a little paranoid that it's not going to put the stuff in there for me. It does say that it's going to put it in your inventory if you miss anything during any of these missions. And so once you're done, you know, getting all the stuff that you want to do, just hit select, go to the map screen right there. And on the right, it will say abort mission. Now, once you abort mission, that basically just cancels it out. And so we're going to abort the mission right there. And then we're going to go back to the home screen after we got all of our gear or whatever it was that we were missing. And it's going to put it in our inventory. Now, another thing you can always do is just kill the enemies. Now, this is also good for being able to level up, because when you're doing this, look at all of the 60 XP you see, 55 XP, all of that. And every single enemy that you kill, you're going to get XP for it. So if you're just worried about getting XP, not necessarily worried about getting gear, then you could just do that too. And each enemy looks like you get like 55 XP, or with the tanks or with the bigger items, you know, like the tanks or the helicopters, you get, you know, a lot more, but you can kill a lot more enemies faster by doing it this way. And so you could just sit here and just farm enemies if you want to. 50 XP, 60 XP over and over and over again. And this will also drop gear. This also drops things like that, but not like tanks. Tanks is what really drops all of the amazing gear. That drops the best gear and drops the gear the fastest. So if you're looking for gear, I would certainly recommend doing the tanks. If you're looking for XP, then you could just go around and just farm the enemies. Harley Quinn was my lowest level character, and before I started making this video, or when I did this video and did this little gameplay segment, I was probably playing for, you know, 45 minutes or so, and accumulated, I don't know, I want to say maybe 75 or so items of gear. And we leveled up, I think, 6 or 8 levels as far as XP goes. But like I said, I mainly focused on doing the tanks because I'm more concerned about the gear. I want the gear. I want the resources. I want to find, you know, the best roles and stuff like that. And having all of these options, man, it just is amazing. So, yeah, like I said, I think at least so far, this is the best farm in the game. And if you haven't used this yet, then certainly use it. If you've already done it and want to do it again, you know, consider coming out to the stream whenever we stream and we do it. You know, I have open lobbies and stuff during that time, or come join the clan. But either way, hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments if you still do this or still run this. Like I said, I don't see any reason to complete this just yet. And we're not going to. We're certainly going to keep doing this until we get all the characters maxed out completely and until we find the best roles for our gear and for us stuff. But anyways, hope you did enjoy. Hopefully you're enjoying Suicide Squad. I'm having a blast playing this. It is a lot of fun, and be anxious to get the battle pass soon. I want to see what's going to be in that, and to get the Joker soon as well and start playing with him and leveling him up, and see how he fits in with all of the other characters. But either way, I will see y'all next time, guys. Y'all take it easy. We're out. Peace.